For today, we are going to be sighting in the Optimizer HHA Sports Optimizer speed dial here today. And we're going to be doing it at 20 yards. So we're moving back to 40 yards. And then we're moving back to 60 yards. So, with that said, let's get started with today's show. Okay, after a nice little drink here, we are, sorry about the overlay here on the video, but we're going to be shooting the HHA Sports Speed Dial. We're going to be doing it again, like I said, at 40 yards, at 20, 40, and 60 yards. I was going to do it at 10 yards intervals, but that's going to take so long to make this video really long. So we're just going to do it at 20, 40, and 60 yards today. So let's play the ad-lib game and see how we're going to go. We're going to start out with 3 arrows, and we're going to eliminate 1 arrow today, just because we just want to make sure we got our arrows set to go. I got 2 at 534 and 1 at 535. I also got my rangefinder out, so I'm outranged. So take my turret caps off here, and get those ready. Now there's a lot of threads on those, aren't there? So let's get ready to go here. We're going to shin shot number 1 down here and see how we're lining up. Take my safety off. And my first shot is at a bullseye. Can't ask any better way to start the day off. So let's get ready here for shot number 2. Again, we're at 20 yards. Like I said, we're just doing a sight in, make sure everything is good at 20 yards on my 0 mark to make it all look good. I'm using arrows 4, 10, and 12. So already shot number 4. Now we're going to do number 10 and see how we sight up here. Take my safety off again. And here we go. Fire in the hole. And it looks like we're got another bullseye at 20 yards. So let's recock this thing, and we're going to go down to arrow number 12. Arrow number 12 numbers at 534. So it's just about 1 grain heavier. Alright. So let me grab that arrow there. Get it all set. Safety off. And fire in the hole. Oh, safety not off. Okay, so arrow number 12 was slightly higher, so we're going to go down the 2 arrows, both of them weighing at 534, and we're going to move back to 40 yards. Okay, so here we are at 40 yards. We're getting ready to go. Everything's all set. I'm going to set my tape at 15. I'm just doing half of what, so I'm at 40, so at 60 yards, it's about 35-ish in that area. So we're just going to set my tape at 15 and see how that sights in. So I just basically went half, maybe a little under half of what I should be. Just because I'm playing a guessing game with my tape here on the sighting of my sight here. So we're going to go down to arrows 4 and 10. I have no idea which arrow is coming up first. So let's take it down range and see what we got. So there's my target, and we are just slightly high and to the left. But I'm not going to adjust off of that, just that one shot. I want at least 2 shots. They recommend, again, 1 to 2 arrows. I want to try and stick with 2 all the way through, which I will. Be sticking with 2 just to see how, because one maybe will be slightly off, the other one might be on. It just depends on your crossbow and your sighting. So let's take this one down range and see where that pops in at. Again, I'm not going to be shooting at 40 yards. I'm going to be mostly shooting at 30 yards and below because of accuracy. And that one's just slightly low. But again, I'm not going to adjust right now because I want to get a good solid base here on what I got going. So I'm going to go down and grab my arrows and I'll be right back. Alright, so like I said, one was just slightly high and to the left, and the other one was low, as you've seen. A refreshment here. So, again, we want to make sure everything's in the ballpark. Like I said, I am not going to be shooting at 40 yards. Just because I want a good solid hit, and the further back you go, when you're shooting, your kinetic energy and your arrows slow down. So we want to make sure that we get a good solid shot. Because when you go back to our 60 yards, it's going to be a longer shot. And so at 60 yards, even at 40 yards or 50 yards, your animal has what they call duck in the bow. When you hear the shot, they automatically duck down. So the further out your shot, the chances of getting a miss increase the further out you go. So that's why I want to stay in 30 yards or shorter. So all we're going to be doing right now at 40 yards and 60 yards is making sure we're close to the ballpark. We're not going to, because you can always go back in later and readjust your sight for, with your broadheads at 30 yards and 20 yards to get a good shot. So basically anything under 10 yards or under 20 yards, you're going to be using the 20-yard marker anyways, probably. So here we go with shot number 4 at 20 yards, at 40 yards. Again, that one's a little low, which, again, we're just getting close at 40 yards. So we'll see what we'll be doing here at 40 yards again. So if we get a bullseye, then we're going to move back to 60 yards. So let's get her all ready to go. You can hear my crew in the background. There you go. Shot number 4 at 40 yards. Oh, yes, right in the bullseye. Maybe a little bit short, but a little low. But hey, we're at 40 yards, and that's good enough. So we're going to move back to 60 yards. And as you can see, I got one of my engineers with me. The thing to remember at 60 yards, here we're going to go just the tape. Get my glasses on so I can see the numbers. I'm going to double it, and then I'm going to add 7. So 30, I'm going to add 7. The reason is a good trajectory. We're going to be arcing more. So I don't want to go into the dirt at 30. That's where I'm thinking I'm going to go. So I'm going to make it at 37. And again, we have the arc, and I don't want to bounce it off the ground. So the further back you go, the more arcing you're going to get. So let me get my engineer out of the way here a little bit, so she can watch herself in the camera. And again, I want to make sure I'm just in the ballpark here. So let's go with shot number 1. And it's high. This is arrow number 10. It keeps, the further back we go, the higher it gets. So this is why you want at least 2 arrows. 3 would be great, but you know, like I said, they recommend 1 to 3 arrows. So crank this sucker up, and we'll use arrow number 4 and see how arrow number 4 does at 60 yards. So, alright, so it's arrow number 4. Take my safety out here and just send it downrange and see where we end up at. Making sure I'm nice and steady. And my daughter keeps wanting to put her hands on me, which is alright. And that looks like that one's a bullseye at 60 yards. So that was good. So I've got my arrows. We're going to try it down again. Round number 2. Again, I'm happy with it. Again, this HHA sports speed to optimize the speed dial is really, really easy to tune in. So that's one reason I like it too, because all you're doing is the vertical. You're not doing windage and elevation once you start adjusting. You're at your windage is automatically set. So let's look at elevation and see what we got here. Take my safety off. And, oops. Yeah, she's trying to get in there to help out a little bit. Alright, 60 yards, dead center. Can't get any better than that at 60 yards. Yeah, I had to take another look myself. Again, that was arrow number 4 at 534 grains. Let me get this cocked up here, and we'll send down number 10. And I believe number 10, we're going to be a little high, but again, that's what I'm expecting and expected, which is okay. As long as I got 1 in the bullseye, I'm good. So that makes number 10 at longer ranges a little bit high. But we can go back in. Like I said, we can go back later and do more fine tuning if we have to. Alright, arrow number 4. I'm sorry, arrow number 10. And you can see arrow number 10 is, again, is high. So I'm good with the shots. I'm good with the 37 marking on my crossbow. So we're going to take that and we're going to go inside. As you can see, she's probably a little bit chilly. It's a little chilly outside. So we're going to come inside and see what we got. So see you inside. Okay, here we are. Here we are inside. And as you can see here, I have on here my the instructions. So we're going to go with number 7. Let me grab my crossbow here and bring it up. So we're going to be putting the tape on, but let me bring up my other camera and see if I can get it to help us out here. Give me just a second here. It's almost there. Okay. So I got my other camera here, and we'll see if we can't get a better shot with the camera. And reminding me it's time to take a drink for them of the refreshment here. Alright, give me just a moment. They gotta share, they gotta have it themselves. Same as me. Alright. Alright, see if I can get this on camera here. So what's going to happen is your kit is going to come with these tapes here. So whatever your final mark is on here, like this is my final mark. Let's see if I can adjust my camera, get it over here to get a good look at it. Sorry, it's about as best as I can get. So my marking here is 37. So I'm going to look on my tape here. I want to find number 37. So I'm going to take that off. Okay, here it comes. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is, let's see, so we make sure we're all together here. From the enclosed tape you kit, select a tape that matches your 60 yard, which I got. Carefully remove the correct tape. It is not necessary to remove this tape here. Okay. Yardage to directly to, okay, by placing the 60 yard marker, hot pink, directly under the needle. So, we are going to find the 60 yard mark. Let me turn on the light here so I can see. You guys might be able to see a little bit better. And I'm going to replace that. There's my 60 yard. I'm going to place it directly underneath my pin. Wrap it around. There we go. That's wrapped around. And that's wrapped around. So, there is step one. So what I'm going to do now, okay, is we're going to flip this over. I know you probably can't see it, but now I'm going to take this tape right here. You can see it here, this tape. And I'm going to take, it's a clear tape. I'm going to take one end off. And I'm going to place it on one end. Actually, I'm going both. So now, I'm swinging around here. That clear tape is right here. So now, this is set for me to go back out later on and okay, let me get this now let me get this camera out of the way. Give me just a second here. Okay, so got my tape on, got everything set. So now comes the fine tuning, which I'll do at a later date. I got other videos that I want to get done and get out to you guys. So with that said, let's go into our final thoughts for today, and I'll be right back. Alright, for my final thoughts. Okay. Again, I gotta apologize for the video overlay, or I should say the voice overlay today. For some reason my microphone wasn't working. I don't know why. And then when I shot at 20 yards, yeah, operator error on that for the video on that. So I was operator error. I thought I had it on, but I didn't. It is what it is with that. So, with that said, I'll see you guys next time on the next video. And I think the next video is going to be on the, I'm going to do some work on the Jaguar C1, the C01, Jaguar 013 on the new arrows that I got. So we'll be working on that on the next video. So with that said, family first. Take care of your family. Get out there and hunt. And see you on the next video.